Tennessee just made music history. It's now the first state to legally protect artists from unauthorized impersonation by artificial intelligence. Governor Berklee signed the law. He was joined by country superstar Luke Bryan. And he made it illegal to use AI tools to replicate an artist's voice without their consent. An existing rule already protects name, image, and likeness. But the new statute adds voice to the list, specifically addressing AI's ability to impersonate and create fake works, something music industry professionals say is a threat to their livelihoods. Let's discuss this now with Joe Bennett, a forensic musicologist, really the only one I know, and a professor at Berklee College of Music, where he teaches classes in music copyright. Professor, good to see you again. So let's start here with, you told one of my producers that this law is less about AI and more about deep fakes. Explain that.
Well, right. So we use AI as a kind of a catch-all term to mean stuff done with computers to make new stuff that didn't exist before. And usually when people talk about AI, they're talking about generative AI. That is, you type something into ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever, and it makes something for you. This is a slightly different thing. And what we're talking about really here is what's more commonly referred to as deep fakes. That is, so it's still sort of adjacent to AI because clearly it's a computer that's been trained on a data set, in this case someone's voice, but crucially it affords greater protection to celebrities, in this case singers, against unauthorized copying of their voice. And in this context we're really talking about sound-alikes.
I don't know if this is really a legal question or a question for a musicologist. But how would one prove that it is a replica of a voice? Couldn't you get really close and still be safe under this law?
Well, right. And that's effectively what the law does, isn't it? It's on a case-by-case basis. And I think I'm reasonably safe in predicting that we are going to see lawsuits coming forth with this act and legislation like it's state-based legislation across various states in the US. And there have been laws a little bit like this, protecting right of publicity, name, image, likeness that you mentioned for some time. But yeah, the question is how much and where's the cusp? So I can see situations coming really pretty soon where a jury might have to decide exactly how much like Taylor Swift does this AI-generated vocalist sound like, and how much is too much.
The track that really, I think, got a lot of people's attention was the Heart on My Sleeve track that replicated the voices of The Weeknd and Drake, but it wasn't, well, they didn't perform this. Someone kind of put that information into this AI and came out with a track that they never performed on together. What does that suggest about the perceived threat here? That there's still some human input here, but you can come out with a track. Is it as big of a threat as, I guess, those who fear it is? Is it really that?
Yeah, it's a great question, isn't it? So Hot on My Sleeve was really the track that sort of woke the music industry up to what the possibilities of these technologies actually are. And to be clear, it was a regular song written by a regular human, this TikToker. And so it was protected by copyright as a song and also as a sound recording. But in this case, the controversy was that it really did sound like Drake and The Weeknd were singing on it. And crucially, in law, singers' voices are not themselves protected by copyright. They're arguably protected by other laws, these right of publicity laws that we're talking about right now. Yeah, I think it kind of shocked a lot of people just by how good it was. And of course, that technology is only going to get better exponentially.
Joe Bennett, our favorite forensic musicologist. Thanks so much for being with us.
I'm the only one you know, right?
Well, it's easy to be the favorite when you're the only one I know.
Still to come, it is officially Caitlin Clark's season. We'll show you how her Hawkeyes shrugged off a slow